So yeah, so we were talking till where you needed $300,000.
Yeah. So I being the banya guy within the two of us, I started calculating कि यार let's figure this out कि अपन इसमें क्या क्या खर्चा कम कर सकते हैं, कि कितना पैसा अपन कम कर सकते हैं. So I came with ideas. I'm like, designer है, designer नहीं चाहिए, let's we'll hire designer means a freelancer. ठीक है, designer हम लेंगे, जब project आएगा तो freelancer को हम project दे देंगे.
ठीक है.
Equipment नहीं चाहिए, भाई ऐसा कौन सा designer है फ्रीलांसर डिजाइनर जिसके पास में उसका खुद का इक्विपमेंट नहीं है. हम ऐसे ही आदमी को काम देंगे जिसके पास खुद का इक्विपमेंट है, तो हमको हमारा इक्विपमेंट नहीं चाहिए. फोटोग्राफर सेम डे, जिस दिन प्रोजेक्ट आएगा उस दिन फोटोग्राफर को प्रोजेक्ट देंगे. फोटोग्राफी इक्विपमेंट नहीं है, भाई ऐसा कौन सा फोटोग्राफर फ्रीलांसर है जिसके पास में खुद का इक्विपमेंट नहीं है. हम ऐसे ही फोटोग्राफर ढूंढेंगे जिसके पास में उसका खुद का इक्विपमेंट है, हम उनको काम दे देंगे पर यूनिट बेसिस पे. तो हमने ये सारे खर्चे हमने 6 महीने के हमने कम कर डाले. अच्छा, तो अब खुद का खर्चा 3 महीने जब तक नहीं आता तो खुद आपस में अपन वैसे भी उठा ही रहे थे. लेट्स वरी अबाउट आवर ओन एक्सपेंसेस ऑन आवर ओन, लेट्स नॉट वरी अबाउट दैट. तो खत्म करो, जैसे कर रहे थे वैसे चलने दो. ओके, फेयर इनफ. अब बचा एक, when we started cutting all this down, only thing left out was a office. यार अब स्टूडियो चाहिए, ऑफिस चाहिए, उसके लिए पैसे नहीं है हमारे पास में. न्यूयॉर्क के अंदर में स्टूडियो लेने जाएंगे तो हमें मिनिमम $1,000 या $1,200 हमको महीना हमको रेंट लग जाएगा. बोले यार वो बहुत महंगा पड़ता है, अपने पास में काम भी नहीं है, मतलब ऑफिस तो हो जाएगा लेकिन वेयर विल वी पे दैट मनी फ्रॉम, राइट? एंड यू हैव टू गिव एटलीस्ट a 2 or 3 month deposit. So बोले यार वो $5,000-7,000 लग जाएंगे, वो अपन लाएंगे कहाँ से? Then I came up with an idea. I told my friend, my बन्या बुद्धि says, मैं तेरे को ऑफिस ला दूंगा. अच्छा. बोले ऑफिस लाएगा? बोले मैं तेरे को ला दूंगा, तू ऑफिस भूल जा. जुगाड़ मैं कर दूंगा तेरे को, तेरे ऑफिस का तू भूल जा. बोले मेरे को मैनहट्टन में चाहिए, सेंटर ऑफ द मैनहट्टन. तू समझ ले कि तू ऑफिस कहाँ से लाएगा. मैंने बोला मैं तेरे को ऑफिस ला दूंगा, तू भूल जा. That's a very interesting story how I did that. So the place I was interning, they had a huge office. They had a 20,000 square feet office. Okay. Right? Which only had about, I would say about 15 employees. So उनके पास में बहुत सारी जगह खाली पड़ी हुई थी, right? And I was coming to a point where I couldn't intern with them because my OPT, my visa period was getting over. So I had to know where, I mean, there was no way they could have paid me at all after about a month or so or month and a half or so. Right. So you know what I did? I went to the boss and I told her, look, after a month you'll not be able to pay me. You barely, I fix your computers. That's all I do for you. You know, I'm sitting there and I fix up some basic computer stuff that you do. And if a senior comes in, if you pay a lot of money to them, how about we crack a deal? You give me office for a year. I want 3 desks. I want 3 chairs. I want access to internet. I want access to printer. I want access to fax machine, and I want access to phone numbers. So I want 2 dedicated phone numbers. I want access to printer, fax machine, and internet, which you already have. All of that you already have. Right. I will work for you for whatever I was working. I won't charge you anything. It would be free. You were barely paying me $100-200 a month for that kind of a stuff. But this is what I need. And you already have that. Right. And I will work. She thought for 5 minutes. And she said, okay, done. Okay. For 1 month, for 1 year, you have your office free.
Oh, wow. That's like a free co-working space.
Free co-working space. So I was like, Indian Jugaad came in and the Banya Buddhi came in कि यार कोई खर्चा नहीं है अपन तो. So what we did was, really took our laptops and we had a working office the next same day. We just took both of us, we had our laptops. Right. We started going to office and that's how Bluestone Design was born. Nice. हमको लगे कितना to register that company at that point of time, we needed only 2 things. Registration from the US government, the process. Yeah. Number 2, we needed a bank account. It took us total of $25 to set this entire thing up. $25. Wow. $25. $25 में कंपनी चालू हो गई. इस तरीके से काम चालू किया. Wow. हमको पहले 3 महीने में पहला प्रोजेक्ट मिला, हम लोग जाते थे. So we had an added advantage. See, that you have to understand when we went into, we didn't realize it at that point of time. But jewelry had an inherent benefit as a market. We had an inherent benefit when we stepped into a jewelry market. Two reasons. People who know the jewelry market know that 50% of the market, jewelry market in US, is controlled by Jewish people.
Okay.
50% of them, and the rest 50% is controlled by Indians.
Okay. Okay.
Out of that 50%, 80% are Gujaratis.
Right.
Gujarati.
Right.
Right. And the 50% Jewish people, they are half Gujaratis anyway.
Right. Okay. Because they've been working with them, I guess.
Yeah. So, मतलब आप ये मान लो कि they have that, we and Jewish, Indians and Jewish has that Indian, मतलब वो भी बनिए ही हैं एक तरीके के. There's an inherent benefit there. So we stepped into a market. So even though Gaurav would go and open the doors, I would be the one who would be closing them, because I would be stepping into a Gujarati's office and I'll start talking Gujarati with him. Suddenly I'm getting business out of it.
Yeah. Right.
So we did a lot of this kind of a jugaad stuff to do it. In 3 months, we got a project. We changed a couple of designers, freelance projects. We screwed up few projects. A lot of those things happened. And but to cut the long story short, and it had a lot of learning experiences there. But we kept on doing this, and there's a very interesting story that happened in this, right? One of a few customers, I share this one story and then I'll move on to the other things. So this one customer, Jewish customer, we are sitting in his office. This is in the first 3 months where we didn't have any project, right? Very big guy. Matlab, he showed us 2 bracelets that he wanted to photograph. The bracelet at that point of time, he told us the price. One bracelet was $120,000. Second bracelet was $80,000. The merchandise in front of us was $200,000, right, sitting there.
Yeah.
And it's a risky thing, right? Because we need to photograph it. So we are talking in Hindi. Me and Gaurav, we are talking in Hindi. अरे यार इसको photograph करना है, ले जाना पड़ेगा, problem आएगी. It's a very risky thing. अपने को यार अपन generally we charge only $10 for a photograph. How about we charge at least $25 for this photograph? We are talking in Hindi. We are talking this kind of things in front of that Jewish person. He's listening to it. We are assuming he doesn't understand Hindi. Our discussion is happening and we are saying, he's like, Pranav, Gaurav, भाई $20 नहीं दे पाऊंगा, $15 कर लो, और तुमको जो रिस्क आ रही है ना कि ये लेके कौन आएगा, ये कहेगा, वो रिस्क तुमको ही लेना पड़ेगी, मैं नहीं देने आऊंगा इसको. ये अभी दे रहा हूँ, take deal with you, when will you bring this back? सर आपको परसों शाम को दे जाएंगे. बोले अगर आप तुम्हारे यहाँ पे जो तुम्हारे लाइसेंसेस है उसकी कॉपीज छोड़ जाओ, अगर परसों शाम को 5 बजे के बाद 5:01 हुआ तो मैं इमीडिएटली फोन करूंगा पुलिस को कि तुम चोरी करके ले गए उसको. This is a Jewish guy telling us in शुद्ध हिंदी.
Wow.
And we're like, okay, what happened? कोई बात नहीं. So we took that $200,000 worth of merchandise in our hands.
Right.
Went in. We photographed it. मतलब हुआ क्या कि फोटोग्राफ्स करके हम उसको अगले दिन, हम तो परसों के 5 बजे भी नहीं, हम अगले दिन 4 बजे उसको दे आए कि ये बहुत रिस्की है, आप रखो.
Obviously.
But that's how we started. So luckily there's a bond that we had with our customers.
Right.
We brought in, we were very successful doing this. To cut the long story short, I ran that company with Gaurav for about 2.5 years. Okay. Before I exited, the last year, but the 1 year turnover that we did was about $400,000 with turnover we are doing.
Wow.
Just by doing photography, design and stuff like that. Okay?
That's amazing. Wow.
We had a back office in Indore.
Right.
40 employees in Indore.
40 employees in Indore doing what?
All kind of back-end work.
Okay.
We had our own back office in Indore doing back-end work. So we only had 3 employees in, we only had 3 people in US. Me, Gaurav, and one of our assistants. बस 3 लोग थे.
Right.
बाकी पूरी टीम या तो फ्रीलांसर्स करते थे या फिर हमारे यहाँ पे जो एकदम ग्रंट वर्क बोलते हैं, जो एकदम फोटोग्राफी का image cleaning, image this, वो kind of grunt work was happening here. We were doing about net profit margins of about 25%. We're generating about $40,000-50,000 each for our profits. We had bought our office in Indore with for about 12 लाख रुपए का हमने 1000 square foot का office खरीद लिया था. All that thing had happened in 2.5 years.
It's brilliant.
So it was a very interesting story that it was there. Now, during that time, because I had visa problems. See, right. I can't. US had that rule कि यार, you can't stay in the country if you are not doing. So there was a problem at my end. So you know what I did? I enrolled into an MBA program, and again, you have to do a full-time MBA program to be in US if you want that visa. So out of necessity, because I wanted to work, I joined college. यार नहीं यार काम तो कर ही रहे हैं, लेकिन the only way I can stay in this country is because if I study. I enrolled into my MBA program. So मतलब मेरे साथ में हालत ये होती थी कि morning 8 o'clock I would leave from home. Take me an hour to get to office in New York. I would reach office by 9 o'clock. I would leave office by 5 o'clock. I would go to New Jersey again for my college. I would take evening classes for my MBA, all evening classes. उस तरीके से मैंने मेरा MBA खत्म किया. So for 2.5 years I did that. Morning office, evening MBA. But surprisingly, here's the click, the crux of it. जो मेरा engineering का GPA was 3.25. After this hassle also of doing up and down, so I would do class projects during lunchtime. I would do case studies and other projects after 11 o'clock at night because I didn't have time to do all that. Group work only on Saturdays and Sundays when I had free time.
Yeah.
Even after doing all this, I ended up with a GPA of 3.93 out of 4 during my MBA.
That's great. That's nice.
Engineering के अंदर में 3.25 था, मैंने जिसमें मैंने कोई मेहनत नहीं करी, और यहाँ पे मैं continuously मैं ऑफिस के साथ में काम कर रहा हूँ. तो now अब ऐसा लगता है कि यार 10th और 12th के अंदर में अगर कॉमर्स ले लिया होता तो शायद बेटर होता. शायद. But obviously my engineering degree still helps me. Till today my engineering degree helps me. So
right.
So that's how I finished my MBA and my first venture. Now coming from a business family, I'm the only child. Between my father and my mother, I'm the only child.
Right.
So my father, मैं छुट्टी के लिए इंडिया आया. इंडिया में ऑफिस था ही हमारा इंदौर के अंदर में. So मैं like every 2 छुट्टी ऐसी थी कि जब मैं वापस आया था, I would only daily go to office, morning, evening करता था ये.
And what is the family business, Pranav?
They were into steel business. Steel है, real estate था, बहुत सारी चीजें थी. But 99 when I went to US, my father's business was getting into trouble at that point of time. So it was getting into a lot of financial stress for various reasons that had happened. So family businesses were in tremendous amount of stress going from 99 till 2005, 2006. Right? Now 2007 when I came back for holiday, my father was like, यार अब कहाँ वापस जाएगा, MBA भी खत्म कर लिया है, तू अकेला है, तू रुक जा यहाँ पे. बहुत सारे मतलब challenges हैं, problems हैं, we need help, this, that. And I told him, like, I don't know anything about manufacturing. I have no idea what manufacturing is, what it is. I can't do your business. I'm a service guy. So we were doing 25-30% margins, 50% margins पे हम काम करते थे. 50, 60, 70 sometimes. So I'll give you an example how we used to work there. एक फोटोग्राफ खींचने के लिए हम $10 चार्ज कर रहे हैं. हमारे डिजाइनर को जो बना फ्रीलांसर है उसको हम $3 देते थे. $7 मार्जिन ऑन अ $10 प्रोडक्ट, लिटरली. एंड उसमें भी हमने सेटअप कर लिया था इंडिया के अंदर में, जहां पे हम 3-4 हजार रुपए की सैलरीज देते थे. सो आवर नेट मार्जिन यूज्ड टू बी 50%. वाओ. आई टोल्ड डैड कि यार आपका ये 4% का धंधा मेरे को समझ में नहीं आएगा. लिटरली आप 100 करोड़ का धंधा करते हो लेकिन आपको मार्जिन क्या आता है 2%, 3%. There is no room to make mistake there. Like, I'm not built for this. I don't like this kind of a business.
Right.
बोले यार नहीं तो फिर भी वापस आ जा, stay. So my father literally blackmailed me and बोल दिया तेरे को रुकना पड़ेगा बस, वापस नहीं जाएगा. I had an established business and I paid for my MBA out of my pocket by earning from my business.
Right.
I had 50% scholarship at that point of time. So luckily, my father didn't have to pay for my MBA at all.
Right.
So and I like वो इतना बढ़िया business setup किया हुआ है, उसको मैं छोड़ के कैसे आऊँ? So, then he said कि नहीं मैं नहीं जानता, तो को रुकना पड़ेगा. I spoke to my partner कि यार ऐसे ऐसे बात कर रहे हैं, ये कर रहे हैं. So we were talking talks कि यार ठीक है, कुछ वैल्यूएशन करा दे. उस टाइम पे वैल्यूएशन वगैरह को समझ में नहीं आती थी, कितना बिजनेस हो रहा है, ये हो रहा है, तो मतलब कुछ इसका मेरे को मिल जाए ये वो. My friend was adamant. बिजनेस करना है तो तू वापस आ जा, तो इसके मैं तेरे को कुछ दूंगा नहीं मैं.
अच्छा, मैं दूंगा कुछ नहीं. Right.
तेरे को करना है तो तू आ जा, जो अपन जैसा कर रहे थे वैसा कर लेंगे. But I will not give you any money for this.
But you were like you were partners there, right? In the company.
The business we were, but
right.
I was pretty naive at that point of time. I was when I finished my MBA, I was about 23, 24 years old. I had no clue. मतलब मैं जब वो business चालू किया तब मैं 21 साल का था. जब मैंने वो business छोड़ा, मतलब 2007 की मैं बात कर रहा हूँ, 2006 दिसंबर की, तो मैं तब 24 साल का था. तो मैंने बोला चल एक काम करते हैं यार, एक काम कर, अपना जो ऑफिस है, ऑफिस अपना खरीदा हुआ है, वो 9 लाख रुपए का जो ऑफिस अपन ने खरीदा था वो 25 लाख 30 लाख का हो चुका है. वो ऑफिस तो बेचना पड़ेगा. वो ऑफिस तो तेरे को दूंगा नहीं, उसमें तो एसेट मेरी भी है. तो हमने क्या, चलो डिसाइड किया बिजनेस वो रख ले, कोई बात नहीं. ऑफिस मेरे को नहीं, ऑफिस बेच के जो भी 50-50 करके डिवाइड कर.
ओके.
उसके ऊपर कोई 4 लाख रुपए का लोन था, वो 4 लाख रुपए का लोन चुका दिया. और उसके अंदर में 25 लाख रुपए कुछ आने थे, मतलब 25 लाख रुपए कुछ आने थे. और इधर मेरे को जीवन का पहला झटका लगा. ये जो कंपनी खुली थी वो मेरी आंट के नाम पे थी, मेरी आंट के नाम पे. तो क्या हुआ कि उसके ऊपर में कुछ टैक्स लायबिलिटीज आ गई. माय आंट मैसेज, मैं तो इंडिया आ गया वापस से. By the process we are finalizing this entire thing कि ठीक है ऑफिस बेच देते हैं, ये 20-22 लाख रुपए प्रॉफिट आएगा, 11 लाख तू ले जा, 11 लाख मैं रख लूंगा. We were all discussing all this and dividing all this, and suddenly there was a call from my aunt. She said कि there's a tax notice which is there from US government, IRS से. They are demanding about $30,000 out of this. At that point of time वो 21 लाख 22 लाख रुपए हो रहा था. तो टेक्निकली जो हमने बिजनेस मैंने मेरे पार्टनर को दे दिया, जो 22 लाख रुपए इसमें से आए वो उठा के हमने टैक्स में भेज दी. तो मेरे को कुछ मिला ही नहीं.
What damn? Okay. But that tax notice had nothing to do with your business, right? Tax notice was something else.
From that business, on that business.
Or it was that business only?
I mean, it had nothing to do with my aunt. We were running that business, right? So it was our moral duty to pay those, whatever it was.
Right.
I mean, my uncle is a tax attorney there, a tax consultant there. He's a CPA.
What kind of tax was that? Like, that was something you're not aware of? Also.
No, मतलब वो बहुत सारा डिटेल में. It's a trusted uncle and aunt. I've lived with them for 6 years, so I didn't question them at all that way.
Right.
I mean, and they were pretty well to do, so they wouldn't do something like कि यार $10,000 $20,000 के लिए वो something.
Right.
With us, it was not the case. मतलब वो गौरव ने देख लिया था कि उसमें टैक्स नोटिस आया.
ठीक है.
तो अंकल बीइंग अ CPA brought it down to about मतलब मैंने उनको बोला देखो मेरे पास में ये 18-20 लाख रुपए ही हैं जो हैं, आप इसमें जो निपटा सकते हो निपटा दो, क्योंकि इसके अलावा मेरे पास में ना गौरव के पास में. तो उन्होंने बोला ठीक है. तो ही नेगोशिएटेड विद IRS एंड ही फाइनलाइज जो हमारे पास में पैसे थे वो हमने सारे के सारे जाके हमने उस टैक्स के अंदर में भेज. मैं अच्छा खासा धंधा छोड़ के ऑफिस बेच के मैं इंडिया आ गया, और उस एक महीने के अंदर में जो मेरे पास पैसा आने वाला था वो भी चला गया.
वो जीरो हो गया.
मेरे पास में कुछ भी नहीं है. अब मैं करूं क्या? बिजनेस नहीं है, काम नहीं है, फैमिली बिजनेस ट्रबल में है. व्हाट डू आई डू? मेरे पापा ने तो मेरे को रोक लिया यहाँ पे. So what I started doing was for 2 years I started going to family business and I didn't understand much of it. मतलब बोलना चाहिए कि मैं somebody who was working about 14-15 used to working 14-15 hours a day,
right.
got to a level कि यार काम नहीं है,
स्ट्रगल
हो रहा है, कुछ है ही नहीं काम में. खाने पीने की प्रॉब्लम नहीं है कि ऐसा हो गया कि आपको you have to struggle for food. That was not the case. Struggle for, but coming from that kind of independence into dependency again was the biggest challenge I ever faced in my life.
Yeah.
Now, luckily, my MBA started helping me in this point of time. I came across my MBA. I had excelled into few courses: strategic management, business gaming. I would spend tremendous amount of time on these kind of subjects, and I was excellent at that. So, in 2009, I got married. अब भाई बनिया फैमिली है, 26 साल के हो तुम, 2 साल तो ठीक है, जो कर रहे थे वो तो फैमिली बिजनेस के अंदर में टाइम पास कर लिया, वो कर लिया थोड़ा बहुत, डिपेंडेंट ऑन फैमिली हो कि यार ठीक है महीने के 20,000 रुपए भी खर्चा करना है तो फैमिली आपको 10,000 15,000 रुपए दे रही है खर्चा करने के लिए, आपको जहाँ पे भी मदद कर रहे हो। फैमिली का कॉलेज है, उसमें जाके मैं पढ़ाता था, फैमिली की कंस्ट्रक्शन साइट थी, वहां जाके मैं खड़ा रहता था कि ठीक है वेंडर मैनेजमेंट कर रहा हूँ, फैमिली उसके लिए मेरे को हर महीने के 15,000 रुपए की, आप ये मान लो हर महीने 15,000 पहुंचा देती थी कि ठीक है बेटा तेरा खाना पीना चलता रहता। Suddenly, and I got married in certain things. 2009 I got married when I was 26 years old. Right now again it's a problem, कोई काम नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है, शादी हो गई है, वाइफ है, कुछ करना है। Now I got an opportunity somehow. मैं जब कॉलेज जाता था फैमिली के, so there's this company called as Tata Interactive Systems. So Tata Interactive Systems came to sell one of their softwares to the university. हमारे कॉलेज पे आए थे बेचने के लिए. They were asking for that software for 10,000 rupees per student. 10,000 rupees per student. Now I was surprised. I'm like, यार US में मैंने ये पढ़ के आया हूँ मैं, ये सेम चीज, सिमिलर, नॉट सेम बट सिमिलर चीज मैंने करी है, मेरे को याद है इसके मैंने $20 दिए थे खाली। उस टाइम के हिसाब से $20 मतलब 1,000 रुपए होता है, आज के हिसाब से $20 मतलब 1,200 रुपए होता है, तो ये 10,000 रुपए किस चीज के मांग रहे हैं? I didn't understand. I started questioning, ठीक है टाटा का नाम है, all that है, ये वो है, but it was a very exciting thing because I excelled into that subject. मैंने वहाँ पे पढ़ा था, I was really excited about business gaming during my MBA. Asked them, यार ये इतना महंगा होना नहीं चाहिए. I started negotiating with them. I got them down from 10,000 to 3,300 and they said इसके नीचे ₹1 नहीं जाएगा. I was like, 3,300 is too high. People will not buy this. People will not buy this. This is too expensive. This is too expensive. And I was getting sleepless nights. I wanted to do that as a business. कि यार मैं इनसे software लूँगा. I believe in that kind of a software and that kind of an engagement. और इसको मैं बाजार में बेचूँगा. Because I was looking for work, something of my own, and I knew I could have done this. I was excited about this. So this would keep me awake from 11 o'clock at night till 3 o'clock in the morning. टाटा क्या मतलब ये क्यों नहीं मान रहे हैं, क्यों ये इतना महंगा बेच रहे हैं, बिकेगा नहीं, this is not possible. And my wife would go nuts. I'm like, what are you doing? You're like an owl, just sitting and thinking for 4 hours, not doing anything. बोले पागल वागल तो नहीं हो गया तो कुछ उसमें. I called it an entrepreneur's night, where you continuously keep on thinking about something, right? Ideation. Suddenly it hit me in the head. यार जो मैंने सॉफ्टवेयर वहां पे किया था, why don't I touch base with them and see if they are available in India right now? So here I am. I didn't remember the company's name. I remember the software's name, Mike's Bikes. So I did, let me Google it. I Googled Mike's Bikes and suddenly their website popped up. Smartsims.com popped up. I put in the data that look, I'm looking to buy something for India and falana, and can you send me your dealer's number? And I want to buy this for a decent quantity in India. Can you help out? This email I sent at 3 o'clock at night. 3:05, and I sent this email and I'm about to go to sleep. And 3:04 or 3:45, I remember the time, my phone rings. My wife wakes up and like, who is calling you at 3 o'clock in the morning? I'm like, yeah, it was an international number. I'm like, soja yaar, meko pata nahi hai, let me see, maybe some friend or something was calling me. That call was from US and SmartSims people called me immediately. I want to buy. How much do you want to buy? Blah 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 blah. I asked him, how much would you charge? He's like, we'll charge you about $40. I'm like, okay, $40 तो automatically अभी के हिसाब से ये 2,000 रुपए हो गया. 55 रुपीस का तो 2,200 हो गया. अभी तो मैंने नेगोशिएशन भी चालू नहीं किया इनके साथ में. टाटा 10,000 से 3,500 पे आया. मैं इनको कितने पे लेके जाऊं? So I brought them down to about 1,200, 1,400 rupees a student license, and we had a working agreement in 6 days. मैं बेचूंगा आपका सॉफ्टवेयर, इतना मैं आपको पैसा भेज रहा हूँ. 2-3 लाख रुपए मैंने पापा से लिए कि मेरे को 2-3 लाख रुपए दो, मेरे को ये काम चालू करना है. We said कि ठीक है ले ले. I took that money, I sent it to them. I had a working business at that point. Now there was an aspect to this another business that I was thinking about. So 2008, 2009, there was employability was a big problem, which is still a problem. Most engineering students coming out and MBA students coming out didn't have a lot of corporate experience or the finesse that companies needed in a job.
Yeah.
So I had thought about a training institute, getting inspired from the education institute we had. So training institute where I would impart employability skills, computer skills, manners, English, reading habits, all those kind of things that I would inculcate. I realized I didn't start that business. मैं क्या किया, सेंटर को बनाने के हिसाब से जो मुझे बेसिक खर्चा करना था वो मैंने खर्चा किया. मेरे को उसमें नुकसान हुआ. मैंने सब तैयारी कर ली, मैंने एडवर्टाइजिंग कर दी, बट मैंने उस काम को चालू नहीं किया. उसके अंदर में कम से कम पापा का 20 लाख रुपए का नुकसान और किया. मैंने किया. Being an entrepreneur, my father is like, ये क्या किया, 20 लाख का नुकसान. बनिया हैं, वो भी बनिए हैं, मैं भी बनिया हूँ. तो मेरे को भी अच्छा नहीं लगा कि नुकसान हुआ, बट वो नुकसान हो गया. उसका रीजन ये हुआ कि when I was about to start that institute, I realized it's a very unethical business. See, I compared it to what? Let's say if you are going for an IIT coaching. IIT coaching के अंदर में आप 1000 बच्चों को एडमिशन लेते हो. मतलब कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट 1000 बच्चों को पढ़ाता है, लेकिन उसमें से 10 या 15 बच्चों का एडमिशन होता है आईआईटी में. वो 15 बच्चों का आप फ्लैश करते हो कि यार ये 15 बच्चों को हमने आईआईटी में एडमिशन दिया है, और आप वापस से 900 बच्चों को और ले आते हो. तो आई फाउंड इट, आई कुडंट डू दैट. मैं ये नहीं कर सकता था कि मैं 4 लोगों को 5-5 लाख रुपए की नौकरी दिला दूं और उसके बाद में मैं 50 या 100 बच्चे ले लूं जिनको नौकरी नहीं मिले, बिकॉज इट वाज टू अनएथिकल फॉर मी. सो आई नेवर स्टार्टेड दैट बिजनेस एंड आई टुक दैट लॉस. मतलब पापा को सॉरी बोला कि ये नुकसान हो गया है, एंड आई मतलब दिस वाज पैरेलली रनिंग विद SmartSims. आई डिड दैट टुगेदर, राइट? सो लकीली SmartSims वाज पिकिंग अप अ लिटिल बिट, एंड दिस वाज, तो थोड़ा लॉस हो रहा था, थोड़ा मैं कॉम्पनसेट कर रहा था, SmartSims कॉम्पनसेट कर रहा था, वो सब हो रहा था. बट इट वाज अ very struggling kind of a life between 2009 till 2014 that it went out. ये मान लो कि going from the toughest part was going from earning about $40,000-50,000 a year, जो कि मतलब आप ये समझ लो कि US dollar terms के अंदर में भी उस टाइम पे भी that was somewhere around 25-30 lakh rupees that we were earning. मतलब मैं going from that stage to being dependent on somebody and still struggling. मतलब ये I have seen days, मैंने बोलना नहीं चाहिए, जो मेरे को जानते हैं आजू बाजू वो बोलेंगे कि यार प्रणव पागल हो गया है, but it's a true fact that I have seen days where friend फोन कर रहा है कि यार प्रणव मूवी चले, और मैं बोल रहा हूँ यार आज मूड नहीं है, लेकिन एक्चुअली में फैक्ट ये बात है कि जेब में पैसे नहीं है. Honestly speaking, I've seen, and this is what I'm talking about after marriage. वो जो दिन देखे हैं वो भगवान किसी को नहीं दिखा है. फिर भी मेरे को रहने की प्रॉब्लम नहीं थी, मेरे को खाने की प्रॉब्लम नहीं थी, लेकिन I never felt comfortable asking money from my parents. and बोलते ना कि वो सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट की बात आ जाती थी कि यार नहीं यार ये पोसा नहीं रहा है, ये अच्छा नहीं हो रहा है. So I struggled between 2009 till 2012 like this. From 2012 to 2014, I was doing okay. I would say, why I would say okay. SmartSims business had picked up. I was teaching. So what is SmartSims and what did I do with it? So it's a business simulation exercise where a lot of these top corporates were calling me for business acumen program. बनिया को बुलाते थे कि इनको बनियागिरी सिखाओ.
Right.
And the software enabled me to do that. The software was there. So that's why I was very good at it also, because that software actually taught you banyagiri, right? So it has few major points that I picked out of that particular software. One was a long-term thinking. Another was literally banyagiri. Kitna paisa ja raha hai, kitna aa raha hai. Looking at a holistic view of a company. So I was a pretty sought out after business acumen trainer. So for a day, inclusive of the licenses, of course, I was getting paid about 1,25,000 rupees a day to teach. I still get that.
That's
So that
excellent.
business,
Yeah.
I wouldn't teach 365 days. I would teach about the maximum I've reached ever is about 35 days, 40 days maximum. So my total revenue was generating was about the maximum revenue I was able to generate was about 50 lakh rupees. Burnt my hands somehow. Team रखी कि market कर सको, marketing आती नहीं है क्योंकि marketing again in my older company I was dependent on my partner for marketing, so no experience of marketing at all, करते ही नहीं आता है. Right, all those things happened. So टीम खाली बैठी है 10 लोगों की, महीने के 2 लाख रुपए की तनख्वाह जा रही है, नुकसान हो रहा है, कोशिश कर रहे हैं लेकिन कोई रिजल्ट नहीं आ रहा है. तो बहुत सारी चीजें हुई उसमें. But I was doing fairly okay till between 2013 and 2015. But I was challenged. I was very, very challenged at one area. I'll give you an example. I was Ravi Jaipuria Group, if you would have heard of them. They are Varun Beverages. They are bottlers to Pepsi today. They are Pepsi's bottler in India. Okay. So if you are drinking any kind of Pepsi in India, it is being bottled by Varun Beverages. So Pepsi, all those, and all their products, Pepsi and all their products, you know, their mango ka slice, all that was. They have under their brand, they have Cream Bell ice cream, they have Costa Coffee. So these are all the brands that they have within their folds, right? So I did a major program with them for a senior executive program, matlab CXO level. Nitin sir, CEO of Cream Bell ice cream. AB InBev, CXO Budweiser India. So I was there within the training program delivering my business acumen program for them. This was organized by the HR team and Kapil Agarwal sir, the super CEO, who handles a lot of these things. He's a board member and managing director in Varun Beverages. So he was pretty confident, I mean, that I would be able to deliver it, and I did that particular program, right? So one question always hurt that, I'm talking about 2013, 2014 around. जब भी ऐसे सीनियर लोगों के पास ना मैं पढ़ाने जाता था ना, they would learn from me, they would really appreciate what I was teaching, they were happy with my viewpoints, and there was one question I would get hit by every single time I did this. प्रणव, इसके अलावा क्या करते हो? सर, नितिन सर मेरे को पूछ रहे हैं, मैं उनके साथ में when I going to airport and on the ride home, बोले इसके अलावा क्या करते हो? सर इसके अलावा तो कुछ भी नहीं करते हो. नहीं, बोले खाली पढ़ाते हो. बोले हाँ मैं खाली पढ़ाता हूँ सर. आर यू श्योर? तो इसके अलावा कुछ नहीं करता है? बोले सर नहीं करता, मैं आपको बोल रहा हूँ नहीं करता. I asked him, whoever asked me that question, I always asked him one question: why do you ask this question to me? And always I got a single answer that यार, we believe you are meant for more. Just खाली जो तू कर रहा है अच्छी बात है, we learned a lot from you, but there was something better you could do with your life. That's what they meant out of it. Obviously they are such a senior crowd that they would put it very politely and polishly to you, but when I say it today, it's very crude. बोले यार क्या बेवकूफी कर रहा है, मतलब अगर आज बोलना तो मतलब ये इसके अलावा कुछ करना ही चाहिए तेरे को, ये जो कर रहा है ठीक है, अच्छी बात है ना यार. मैं here I am. It's a proud moment for me when I say कि यार मेरे को एक दिन पढ़ाने के 2.25 लाख रुपए मिलते हैं. And here somebody is telling me that कि यार तू you are meant for more. I would always get frustrated with that kind of कि यार हो नहीं रहा है, कुछ हो नहीं रहा है. You know, I was not satisfied with what I was doing. So problem was ideation. Always I didn't know what I was always geared towards services. There are there was one book that really helped me in this case. Right? So I was an avid reader, always read wealth creation books, always read business books, self-help books during all these periods. Right? So one book really hit me hard when it's called Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad. I had read it in US only. मतलब मैंने when I was 20 years old, I had read that book at that point of time. My brother had given me and I read it. So I was that settled in my head anyway. But Robert Kiyosaki's second book, which was Cash Flow Quadrant, hit me very, very hard. Cash Flow Quadrant basically tells you that, it describes 4 things for you in 4 quadrants, right? The first quadrant obviously is employment. Second quadrant is service provider, somebody like you who goes in and does shows, right? Number 3 was a business owner. Number 4 is an investor. 4 quadrants. So each of us can put ourselves in a different quadrant.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? So was I an employee? Was I working for a paycheck? No.
Yeah.
I would love to call myself a business owner. Was I a business owner? No. Is Amar a business owner? No. There's a clear distinguish between a business owner and a service provider. A lawyer is a service provider. A comedian is a service provider. A doctor is a service provider.
Yeah.
If they don't go and spend their time onto the job, they will not make money.
Right.
अमर अगर कॉमेडी करने नहीं जाएगा तो उसको पैसे नहीं मिलेंगे। आज अगर मैं बोलूं ना कि यार सर मेरा जूनियर आ रहा है आपको पढ़ाने, तो क्या उसको 1.25 लाख रुपए दिन का मिल जाएगा क्या? प्रणव तू आ रहा है तो तेरे को देंगे, नहीं तो हम किसी और को पैसा नहीं दे सकते वो पढ़ाने। That book hit me hard and it kept on thinking कि यार it gave me a very simple perspective कि यार जो मैं कर रहा हूँ उससे मेरे जो goals हैं, मेरे aspirations हैं, I'll never be able to reach them. This is a very simple conclusion that I came out of it. So Kapil sir, again, the super CEO of this entire, the managing director of Varun Beverages. Sitting with him one night and after the program we were sitting and I told him, sir, I need your help. बोले प्रणव बताओ क्या help चाहिए? So, sir, I need, I'm not satisfied with my career and my life and I'm not really happy with it. Can you help me with that? So we were sitting in Gurgaon in the head office of Ravi Jaipuria Group and he said कि ठीक है अपन एक काम करते हैं, I'll be in and out in terms of discussion. We'll have every 10 minutes we'll have a discussion. I'll finish up my work for half an hour, then I'll keep on coming in and out. Let's have a couple of ice creams together because obviously Cream Bell is their baby. So we'll have ice cream together in office and I'm talking about 9:30 at night. बोले तेरे को घर तो नहीं जाना ना? मैंने सर मेरे को तो होटल जाना है, मेरे को घर नहीं जाना है। बोले एक काम करेंगे 9 बजे से लेके जितनी देर में भी मैं ऑफिस में हूँ we'll have a discussion. I'll promise you we'll talk for at least half an hour. मतलब 10-10 मिनट करके मैं 3 बार तेरे साथ में डिस्कशन करूंगा, ठीक है? अब वो उसमें 11 बजेगी, 12 बजेगी, 1 बजेगी, उसकी कोई गारंटी नहीं है। मैं जब तक ऑफिस में तेरे को मेरे साथ में ऑफिस में बैठना पड़ेगा। Like sir, done, कोई बात। So we started a discussion at 9. He was in and out and we were ideating, sir मैं ऐसा चाहता हूँ, ये करना चाह रहा हूँ, ये वो। He kept on listening, he kept on giving me pointers, ऐसा कर, वैसा कर, ऐसा कर, वैसा कर, ऐसा कर लूँ क्या, ऐसा कर लूँ क्या। But one conversation stuck in my head that he said and I really thank him for this. कपिल सर के साथ में मेरा एक डिस्कशन हुआ जहाँ मैंने उनको बोला कि सर मैं मेरे को कोई रिजल्ट नहीं मिलता है, मैं काम करता हूँ तो मेरे को रिजल्ट ही नहीं आता है, मैं इतनी मेहनत करता हूँ फिर भी मेरे को कोई रिजल्ट नहीं मिल रहा है। So he stopped me and he gave me a mantra. He's like, प्रणव तेरी सोच गलत है। मतलब क्या गलत है आप बताएं? बोले यार एक बात समझ, जो डिसीजन मैंने आज लिया, मैं अगर आज सपोज किसी मेरे अगर कोई वीपी मार्केटिंग मेरे पास में कोई प्लान लेके आता है, मतलब तो ये मान के चल कि हम पेप्सी हैं, वरुण बेवरेजेस, ह्यूज बजट्स, राइट? अगर मुझे 50 करोड़ रुपए का मार्केट, राइट, तो उसका इम्पैक्ट मेरे को कम से कम 2 साल लगते हैं उसका इम्पैक्ट देखने में। मैं अगर आज 40 करोड़ रुपए का प्लान सैंक्शन करूं, उसका इम्पैक्ट तो 2 साल बाद दिखेगा, मेरे को कब दिखेगा? Do you understand that point of view? आज जो तेरे साथ में हो रहा है, why was he saying that, कि तू मेरे को बार बार बोल रहा है कि सर मेरे साथ में जो मैं डिसीजन लेता हूँ उसके मेरे को इम्पैक्ट नहीं दिखते. बोले प्रणव, तेरे साथ जो आज हो रहा है डिसीजन, जो वो मालूम तेरे साथ आज क्यों हो रहा है? क्योंकि चल ये नहीं होगा कि क्योंकि हमारी लाइफ साइकिल्स बड़ी है, तुम्हारे डिसीजन मेकिंग की लाइफ साइकिल्स छोटी हैं. हमको 2 साल लगेंगे इम्पैक्ट देखने में, तेरे को मिनिमम 6 महीने से 8 महीने से साल भर लगेगा अगर वो डिसीजन तू आज लेगा तो उसका इम्पैक्ट देखने में. तो जो तेरे साथ आज हो रहा है, तेरे साथ आज इसीलिए हो रहा है क्योंकि तूने साल भर पहले कोई गलत डिसीजन लिया है.
Okay.
अगर तू आज तेरे करियर के साथ हैप्पी नहीं है, उसका मतलब ये है कि तूने साल भर पहले डिसीजन नहीं लिया है, उसकी वजह से तू आज हैप्पी नहीं है. मैं तेरे को खाली इतनी चीज बोलूंगा कि अगर आज से 1 साल बाद तू अपने करियर को कुछ अलग डायरेक्शन में देखना चाहता है, तो यू नीड टू स्टार्ट चेंजिंग टुडे. यू सेइंग यू आर मतलब यू आर नॉट हैप्पी विथ योर करियर वेयर यू आर, सो यू नीड टू स्टार्ट मेक चेंजेस टुडे. आज चेंजेस करोगे ना तो तेरे को 1 साल के बाद में तेरे को वो चेंजेस का रिजल्ट तेरे को दिखेगा. फिर तेरे को वापस से तू जो 3 महीने बाद चेंजेस देखेगा, 3 महीने बाद डिसीजन लेगा, वो कंपाउंडिंग इफेक्ट तेरे को मिलता जाएगा बाद में. बट यू नीड टू स्टार्ट चेंजिंग टुडे. तू साल भर के बाद भी मेरे को ऐसा मिला ना कि सर मैं क्या करूं, उसका मतलब तूने कोई भी डिसीजन लिया ही नहीं, तूने सब गलती. That stuck me hard. So those two things really put all of this into perspective for me. One, कि यार, if wealth is a motive, then you can't be in a service business, even though this is what I had known all my life.
Right.
My first entrepreneurial journey when I was 21 years old, I was around 20 when I started it, 20 when I started that. And this I'm talking about 2014, when I was 32 years old. मेरे को 12 साल मैंने खाली सर्विसेज करी है, मुझे और कुछ आता ही नहीं है.
Right.
And I was used to it. मैं खुद कर लूंगा यार, तेरे से नहीं हो रहा ना, मैं खुद कर लूंगा यार. I was of that mindset. So I just started thinking in my head कि यार ऐसा क्या करूं कि I can create a system where it could generate wealth, where I can transition from service provider, being a service provider, to a business owner. I can transition from service provider to being a business owner. The
Right.
difference between the two is, even if I don't go to work for a month, business should not stop.
Sure.
Income should keep on generating.
Right.
The difference between business owner and an investor is, an investor invests into 10 different businesses.
Right.
So my first goal was to transition from a service provider to a business.
Right.
How could I do that? मेरे को बोले भाई अपने को तो आता ही नहीं, अपने कभी किया ही नहीं इस तरीके से काम, right? So I forgot to tell you, my father blackmailed me and he knew exactly what buttons to press to keep me here. I was really interested into real estate at that point of time. He knew my passion for real estate. क्या real estate मुझे मालूम था कि उनको पता था कि मेरे को बहुत पसंद है, मेरे को उस टाइप के प्रोजेक्ट्स करने में बहुत इच्छा थी. उन्होंने मेरे को बोलते ना कि गोली दे रखी थी कि यार चल अपन एक रियल एस्टेट प्रोजेक्ट कर लेते हैं, एक जमीन दिला देता हूँ तेरे को, तू काम कर लेना उसके ऊपर, या अपन पार्टनरशिप में कर लेंगे. None of that materialized, right? लेकिन उन्होंने जो मेरे को रोका था इंडिया में, वो ये बोल के रोक लिया था मेरे को. चलो वो बात छोड़ो. Now I always was inclined towards real estate. So this is, I'm talking about 2015, 2014, 2015. So since 2013 it was hitting my head कि कुछ नया करना है, and I need to change. So I saw a problem in real estate, a big problem in real estate. Builders not having money to finish their projects. Buyer को बेच रखा है, buyer उसको घर नहीं मिल रहा है, जो problem अभी भी है, बहुत सारी problems है, right? So there were a lot of challenges within that entire system कि यार real estate के अंदर में अमर ने घर खरीद लिया, अमर ने पैसा दे दिया, लेकिन बिल्डर उसका प्रोजेक्ट कंप्लीट नहीं कर पा रहा क्योंकि उसको ब्रिज फंडिंग का मिसिंग है उसके.
Right. Okay.
Whatever the reason was कि वो उसको कंप्लीट नहीं कर पा रहा है. So I was little naive at that point of time, but I came up with an idea. मैं बिल्डर को पैसे दूंगा.
अच्छा.
बिल्डर उस पैसे को यूज करेगा और बिल्डिंग कंप्लीट करेगा. बिल्डिंग कंप्लीट करके बिल्डर को फायदा हो जाएगा क्योंकि बिल्डर का जो पैसा बाकी होगा वो बायर उसको पैसा दे देंगे. बायर को भी उसका घर मिल जाएगा, मेरे को तो इसके ऊपर में इंटरेस्ट आएगा, मैंने जो पैसा दिया उसके ऊपर, ठीक है। सो couple of people helped me in this. Sandeep Vaid was CEO of managing director of Indostar Capital at that point of time. I'm talking about 2014 2015 के आजू बाजू की बात है। So Sandeep was through a reference of a friend. I went to Bombay. He was in इंडिया बुल्स सेंटर में, इंडिया बुल्स में मैंने वहाँ पे फीनिक्स मॉल के अगेंस्ट अर्नल के ऑपोजिट में जो इंडिया बुल्स सेंटर है, ये उनका इंडोस्टार कैपिटल का ऑफिस है। सो आई मेट हिम देयर। I was getting late, so I mean the kind of dress I was wearing, I was embarrassed. I was wearing a half sleeve t-shirt, I was wearing a baggy jeans, and I was meeting the managing director of Indostar Capital, who at that point of time had a loan book of funding to real estate only of about I would say somewhere around 1500 crores or 2000 crores or something like that. I was meeting the managing director. I was embarrassed. I was like, यार मैं गलती कर दी मैंने इस तरीके से आके. But he helped me there. So he gave me few ideas of how to and what kind of mistakes you need to avoid before you're funding before you're funding real estate guys. So armed with that knowledge, कि नहीं यार, I think it is a good idea. I asked him, is it a good idea? He's like, it's a very risky business. It's a very risky business. करना है, बहुत अच्छी बात है, but here's my suggestion. You're too small to do it, but I can't say no to you guys. I can't say no. You want to do it, you want to do it. You don't want to do it. I'm just gonna give you my perspective out of it. So he gave me my perspective. Gave me his perspective. I implemented some of his perspective also in that. हुआ क्या, मैंने एक बिल्डर को पकड़ा, उसको 60 लाख रुपए की जरूरत थी, ठीक है, उसको 60 लाख रुपए चाहिए थे। मैंने एक इन्वेस्टर को पकड़ा, मेरा इन्वेस्टर रेडी था कि यार प्रणव तू करेगा ना, मैं तेरे को दे दूंगा 60 लाख रुपए, कोई बात नहीं, मेरे को क्या देगा वो बता। मैं लाइक साहब आपको 60 लाख के लिए पर मंथ में आपको 2% दे दूंगा। और मैंने बिल्डर को फिक्स कर कि मैं आपसे रुपए दूंगा तो आपको 1,20,000 रुपए तो मेरे इन्वेस्टर को चला जाएगा। 0.50% अ मंथ मेरे को मिलेगा, मतलब मेरे को 30,000 से 40,000 31,000 रुपए मेरे को मिलेंगे इसके अंदर में। मैं मैक्सिमम अगर इसको 6 महीने के लिए पैसा चाहिए, साल भर के लिए पैसा चाहिए, तो मेरे को 4 लाख रुपए की कमाई हो जाएगी। It's a system. I need somebody else's. इसमें there was a learning to protect that money. That was the question, because I knew these guys were not very clean. Builders were not very clean in terms of their dealings. So I protected myself by mortgaging their house and taking, वो सब हमने किया। लेकिन उसके अंदर में भी क्या हुआ, जो पहला 12 लाख रुपए मैंने दिया, उसमें से बिल्डर ने 1 लाख रुपए साइफन ऑफ कर लिया। भाई मैंने पैसे किस लिए दिए? बिल्डिंग कंप्लीट करने के लिए दिए। मैंने आपको पैसा दिया, बिल्डर को पैसा दिया, उसने एक नहीं, उसने 2 लाख रुपए साइफन ऑफ कर लिया उसमें से। उसने वो पैसा बिल्डिंग में नहीं लगाया और 10 लाख रुपए भी पुरानी उधारी चुकाने में दे दिया। तो बिल्डिंग में तो पैसा गया ही नहीं। Right. So if Amar has bought, so technically my good money went into bad money. I was furious. I was literally fuming out of my head. I was more worried about that money. See, try and understand from my perspective what kind of losses I had gone through before. Yeah. 20 लाख रुपए का पहला नुकसान जब किया था, जब मैंने वो टैक्स के अंदर में पैसे भरे थे हम लोगों ने, तब मतलब मेरे को 8 दिन तक नींद नहीं आई थी। मैं पसीना पसीना होता था सोच के। I would sweat, मतलब आप निचोड़ सकते थे मेरे शर्ट को कि यार ये कैसे भरूंगा, because I didn't know how I was going to pay that money at that point of time when that news came in, when I was losing money in my training business. Yeah, that also luckily I had gotten used to losing money to certain extent, but again it would hurt. Yeah. Here it is, and that was still my money. Imagine if I lose Amar's money of 60 lakh rupees. Abhi to 10 lakh rupees ही मैंने दिए हैं, and if I lose that money, where would I get that money from? I was furious. I was more worried about that investor's money than my own thing. कि यार ये मैंने क्या कर लिया इस केस में? It took me 4 months to rectify that entire problem. पैसा वापस आ गया, जो 12 लाख रुपए थे वो 12 लाख रुपए भी आ गया, उसके अंदर में मेरे इन्वेस्टर का इंटरेस्ट भी आ गया, उसके अंदर में मेरी कमाई भी आ गई थोड़ी बहुत जो मुझे मिलना थी। But it was a very very grueling process. Grueling मतलब I got lucky somehow. that I was able to get through that process.
Yeah.
वो हुआ गया, मेरे इन्वेस्टर को पैसा चला गया, उसको उसके इंटरेस्ट मिल गया, सब वो हुआ गया, he was happy कि ठीक है चल रहा, काम खत्म हुआ ना, कोई बात done. That gave me a lot of learning. किसी को भी पैसा दो तो you need to be very very careful when you invest into something. आप खाली ऐसा पैसा नहीं दे सकते. So that was the starting of my investing life. पहला इन्वेस्टमेंट जो किया वो 12 लाख से चालू हुआ, जिसमें भी 10 लाख रुपए के ऊपर डर लग रहा था कि यार ये क्या हुआ, 10-12 लाख रुपए में मैं कहाँ से दूंगा इस पैसे को. That is how my investing life started in 2014, the first project. Right? In the meantime, what happened was that because I was already doing this, one of my father's investor, he's a big real estate guy in India, in Indore. बहुत सारी real estate holdings हैं यहाँ पे. So one fine day I was sitting with him in the he was there at our home, and he was discussing business with my father on the factories, और ये problem है, ये कर रहे हैं. I was listening intently. I was listening, and I was waiting for my turn to talk to him about real estate. Conversation खत्म करेंगे और मैं so I was excited about my business, right? And he was trying to explain something to my father. आप ऐसा करना चाहिए, आपको ऐसा करना चाहिए. I'm not finding the words. ऐसा होना चाहिए. This I'm talking about 2015 June 2015 I'm talking about. I remember the date exactly because June 2006 we were having this meeting, and June 2007 I was at Bombay for an NMIMS that I was going to give. We will do for my Eintracht business. I was teaching at NMIMS and वो सब हमारा चलता रहता था, right? So he was concentrating to tell my father something, to explain it. ऐसा करो बोले. I'm not finding the words. मेरे मुंह से निकला that he should maintain financial discipline. And the investor started looking at me like this. I was scared. I'm like, it was not my place to say anything, and I was about to say sorry. Shouldn't have said anything. And he's like, that is exactly what I'm trying to tell you. You need to maintain. I got scared. I'm like, what the hell happened here? So he kept on explaining to my father, financial discipline, ऐसे maintain करो, ऐसा करो. All that conversation ended. I spoke to him for 5 minutes on the real estate business, and he's like, when can you come to my office? I can come to your office. I'm flying to Bombay tomorrow. I'll be back on probably around 10th or 12th or 13th. The moment to land, to give me. I'm like, I'm excited. There's a real estate guy who wants to talk to me about real estate. He's a huge investor there. I'm like, okay, I'll call you as soon as I land. So in the meantime, my training business is going on. That's my bread and butter as of now. Right. I am starting new things at that point of time because I want something new, more things to happen.
Right.
Searching for them. I land, I finish NMIMS, I come back, I land, I call him up. He's like, okay, land ho gaya? I'm like, haan, land ho gaya. Do one thing, come to office directly. I go to his office, I step into his cabin. The first sentence he says to me, Pranav, I know you are here to talk to me about real estate. I will not talk to you about real estate. And I'm like, why am I here? Why did you get me here? He's like, I'm like, my father's been in trouble since 1997. This is 2015. He's already suffering. Why would I join his business? It's unke saath mein I'll start suffering also. I can't do that kind of a business. मेरे को नहीं आता है. मेरे को manufacturing भी नहीं आती. मैंने कभी किया नहीं. मेरे को आदत नहीं है. मेरे को कोई interest नहीं है. में कोई interest नहीं है. ये नहीं है, वो नहीं है.
Your internet is a little shaking, Pranav. I think.
Can you hear me now?
I can. It's better. I can see you properly now. Yeah.
Okay. So he kept on saying about that. I kept on telling that it's. Manufacturing is not a business, I understand.
Yeah.
Like तुम manufacturing units को पढ़ाने जाता है, that is what you need to learn. मतलब लेकिन मेरे को product के बारे में कुछ भी नहीं मालूम है. मेरे को steel भी नहीं आता है, मेरे को नहीं करना है. It's not of my interest. I can't do those kind of mechanical things. मेरे को नहीं अच्छा है. मतलब I'm not good at it. And obviously my father's already in trouble. Why would I join a business where my father's already in trouble? There's already परिवार का एक member already trouble में है, तो why do you want to put me there? Right? So he gave me an ultimatum. देख, मैंने आज यहाँ पे कंपनी के अंदर में 12 करोड़ रुपए लगा रखे. तू अगर आएगा तो मैं वो इन्वेस्टमेंट रखूंगा, अगर तू नहीं आएगा, so I'm going to pull up my investment. I'm like, what? Like, I'm being very straightforward with you. Either you step in or I'm stepping out. I said कि, you know what, you're putting too much pressure on me. ये conversation 2.5 घंटे तक चला है. 2.5 घंटे तक खाली इसी बारे में मगज मारी हुई है. He's trying to brainwash me for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
I said मैं सोच के बताता हूँ. Let me think about it. The moment I said that investor picked up the phone, he called up my father. He's like, Pranav is coming to your office tomorrow. Please hand over the checkbooks to him. I'm like, I didn't say yes. He's like, तू जाके देख तो सही, पसंद आएगा तो करना, नहीं तो कोई बात नहीं ना, 7 दिन बाद फिर बैठेंगे, फिर डिसाइड कर लेंगे. तू जा तो सही कल, देख तो सही. मैंने बोला यार कहाँ फंस गया मैं यार, मेरे को रियल एस्टेट करना ही है, मेरे को कहाँ इंडस्ट्री में, वो भी स्ट्रेस वाली इंडस्ट्री में डाल रहे हैं मुझे. This is 2015 June. I go to my father's office. मतलब I'm used to think during that perspective, I have a very different life. जब मेरे को काम है, तो I'm traveling 100 days a year because I'm training. So training never happened in Indore. I was traveling to Bombay. I was traveling to Delhi. So, but when I'm in Indore, I have no work. I'm just preparing. So I would be sitting at home reading books. I would be preparing lectures. I would be browsing through net for new content. All those things I was doing.
Yeah.
मेरी आदत थी, मैं ऑफिस 11-12, जब इंदौर में हो तो 11-12 बजे के पहले मैं ऑफिस नहीं जाता था. तो ठीक है, मैं गया, मैं 12 बजे ऑफिस पहुंचा. So one of the office members, the employees came running to me. He's like, आप कहाँ थे इतने देर? Like, हाँ, क्यों, क्या हुआ? बोले आपका वेट हो रहा है 10 बजे से. Like 10 बजे से मेरा वेट हो रहा है? क्यों? This is my father's office I'm stepping into. My office was different. My father's office was different. 10 बजे से बोले वो we had a partner in that business. So partner's son was waiting for me. बोले वो श्रेयांश भैया वेट कर रहे हैं आपका. ठीक है, मैं I went into Shreyan's cabin. I'm like, क्या हो गया? He's like, he started laughing. I'm like, why are you laughing? He's like, बोले सुनने में आया नया बॉस आया है. नया बॉस आया है, कौन आया है? बोले आप, you're the boss. बोले we have been given strict instructions. जैसा प्रणव बोले वैसा करो. बोले from whom? बोले the investor. Investor has sent you. जैसा प्रणव बोलेगा वैसा काम होगा आज से. So we are waiting for your instructions today. I'm like, I have no idea what needs to be done. हमको नहीं बताया, हमको तो बोल दिया गया है कि आपको चेकबुक्स हाथ में दे दो और आपका काम है, आप बताओ क्या करें. I'm like, I'm scratching my head. What the hell is happening? Yeah. So okay, I composed myself and I said, okay, let me try and figure out. Let me understand the business first. Okay. I was very good at that. Try and understand where I'm coming from. Here I am. I'm teaching business acumen to, so 90% of my clients were manufacturing industries. I teach them every day, in and out, day in day out, कि यार इसमें से पैसा कैसे कमाया जाता है. But from a macro level, bird's eye view perspective, never a micro perspective.
Right.
But I was used to looking at those reports every single day. Margin reports, revenue reports, marketing reports, fixed cost reports, banking reports, financial reports. I was very used to it. For me, it was second nature. So I said, okay, let's do one thing. Because let's start with something that I already know. I need this data. मेरे को ये data चाहिए. आप मेरे को data print करके लाके दो. My father's looking at me. He's like, we don't have this data. I'm like, what? You don't have this data? You did a 200 crore turnover last year and you're telling me you don't have this data? Like, we don't have this data. I'm like, I need this data. Please make it. So his team sat in. They started preparing data. The data was basically trying to figure out the unit economics in the business. Right? It took them about 3 days to build the data, salary, सब इकट्ठा करके लेके आए, ये आया, वो आया, सब आया. उनको 3 दिन लगा. मैं 3 दिन ऑफिस में बैठा हूँ, टल्ले खा रहा हूँ कि ठीक है, जब तक डेटा मिलेगा नहीं तब तक मैं कुछ कर नहीं सकता. I called up the investor. He's like, I've asked them to prepare some data. The moment that is ready, then I'll get back to you. The data came in. The moment that guy gave me the data, I looked at it for 10 minutes. And I rushed into my father's office. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, you're making a loss on every single unit that you're producing. Your unit economics is wrong. Your unit economics is negative. मतलब अगर वो आप अगर ये let's say if I'm selling a pen, if I'm selling the pen for 100 rupees, unit economics being wrong means that I'm actually producing this at 110 rupees and selling it at 100 rupees.
Makes sense.
I'm losing money.
Yeah.
I told him your unit economics is negative. What are you doing? He's like, no, it's not possible that my unit economics is negative. I'm like, here's the data that your team gave me. Please have a look. He's like, okay, look, we are making a 2,800 rupee profit on 1 ton. We are doing that. Yes, but in that you have not calculated 4,000 rupees of finance cost, which your customers have because they have not paid you and you have incurred. That is not part of this entire list. He's like, are you sure? I'm like, please look at that data again and tell me if I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, tell me where I'm wrong so I can figure this out.
Yeah.
After about half an hour, he came back. He's like, Pranav, you're right. We are making loss on every unit we are selling. I'm like, what are you doing? How much loss has happened? He's like, we don't know. Honestly, हमको मालूम नहीं है कि कितना loss हो चुका है. I call up the investor. I tell him, अंकल ये ऐसी ऐसी हालत हुई है. बोले बेटा मेरे को मालूम है, मुझे पता है, इसलिए तेरे को भेजा है वहां पे. मुझे पता है नुकसान हुआ है, कितना हुआ है मैं तेरे को नंबर भी बता सकता हूँ टेंटेटिव. उसके आजू बाजू का नंबर आएगा, अपन देख लेंगे. पहले तो वो नंबर फिगर आउट करके मेरे पास में आ. So it took me about another day or a day and a half to figure out how much loss that had happened. Out of 12 crore rupees, about 3.5 crores to 4 crore rupees had been lost. 8 crore was still in the system, but 4 crore rupees loss had happened. I called up the investor. I went to him for a meeting. He was upset. He's like, यार मेरे को लगा 2.5 करोड़ का होगा, ये तो 4 करोड़ का नुकसान हो गया इसके. I'm like, मतलब I've been there 3 days. मतलब literally मैं 4 दिन गया हूँ या 5 दिन गया हूँ. I have no idea मतलब what you want to do or how you want to do it, and this is just my education and what my experience has been that I have been able to take out this data and I'm coming back to you. I have no idea what to do with it. He asked me again, बोले प्रणव तू करेगा मेरे साथ में काम? Like please मेरे को मत डालो, मेरे को नहीं आता है ये सब चीजें करते. He's like मैं सिखाऊंगा तेरे को. You work with me. I promise you that we'll be able to recover this lost money also. जो मैंने 12 करोड़ रुपए डाले हैं उसकी जगह मैं 20 करोड़ रुपए डालूंगा, और trust me, we can do this together. And I was like, but मेरा काम है ये. बोले मैं तेरे को तेरे काम करने से नहीं रोकूंगा, तेरे पास में फ्री टाइम है ना, तो 30 दिन पढ़ाने जाता है, 40 दिन पढ़ाने जाता है, 80 दिन ट्रैवल करता है, बाकी 200-250 दिन तो तेरे पास है ना. You work with me for those 200 days ना. I was saying, I mean, just work with me. Like तेरे को कोई सैलरी वैलरी चाहिए? नहीं बोले मैं सैलरी वैलरी के लिए काम नहीं करता, मैं मेरे को कभी आदत ही नहीं सैलरी की. बोले ठीक है ना, you work with me and I'll teach you everything. Like ठीक है, खाली बैठे हैं, खुद का काम कर ही रहे हैं, चलो कर लेते हैं. Maybe my father will get some help out of this. So cut the long story short, this I started doing in 2015 July. 2015 July 1st I started sitting with the investor's office. तो उनके वहाँ पे बैठने लग गया. So the way the structure was, he doesn't have he has a conference room as his cabin.
Yeah.
So within his conference room, he doesn't sit in his cabin, he sits in the conference room. So it would be him, me, his son, and day in and day out, that became my office for that particular business, for my father's business, which I was helping. I learned a lot of things from him. Lot of things. How to manage money, how to keep money safe, where the pitfalls were, a lot of experience I gave him. What are the things, what kind of reporting structures and standards you need to bring out, which can help you and understand the business. Because वो भी अगर एक लाला के फॉर्म में थे, मतलब जो लाला होता है ना वो थे. यहाँ से मैंने पूरा प्रोफेशनल पर्सपेक्टिव दिया उनको कि ये इस तरीके से ये रिपोर्टिंग होना चाहिए. So those are the things I created every day. So we had a very good gel. He's a typical banya, ground level reality, and here I was, who had a very, very macro level business understanding and professional understanding of how to run a business. Those two matched. 2015 to 2017 July, 2 years. we recovered the 4 crores that was lost. We recovered another 1 crore rupee extra profit.
Right.
And 2017 July, the system was going to go into GST आने वाला था. So I said, अभी आप ये GST के अंदर कन्वर्ट करने के लिए 1 करोड़ रुपया एक्स्ट्रा चाहिए, अपने पास है नहीं अंकल, इसको बंद कर देते हैं, ये बहुत स्ट्रेसफुल काम है. तो बोला कि यार ठीक है. तो that investor, I stuck with him for 2 years. We wrapped that company up, and I stepped out of that entire scenario. Now, in the meanwhile, what happened? That is the more interesting part where the ILS and my current work comes in. 2016, right after demonetization, 2016 November 8th, right after demonetization.
ILS is an investment company, right? It's largely it's investment.
It's an investment company.
Yeah.
So it's an investment and an investment management company. So we do both of them together in ILS.
Yeah. Right.
Now, somewhere around in 2016, right after demonetization, in 2016 December, one of our family friends came to me. He's like, प्रणव यार, तूने अपनी फैक्ट्री के लिए जो इतनी ट्रबल में थी उसको तूने 20 करोड़ रुपए लाके दे दिए, मतलब इतना इन्वेस्टमेंट तेरी कंपनी में आ गया. Can you do something similar for us? I'm like, I can check, but I need help, yaar. I need. We are in trouble. We are losing almost 30-35 lakh rupees a month loss in that particular unit. Can you help us in that? I'm like, I can see, I can check. So same thing happened. I said, please start sending me this data. Ye data chahiye, ye data chahiye, ye data chahiye. Now even my acumen towards running an organization and an industry has grown in last 2 years. So it was very crisp and like कि मेरे को चीजें भेजो. बोले हमारे पास में नहीं है. बोले मुझे मालूम है आपके पास नहीं है. आपको जितना टाइम लगे बनाने में बनाओ. लेकिन मेरे को जितना जल्दी आप दोगे तब तक ये फिर मेरे को ये लगेगा. It took them about 15 days, 20 days to build that data, and they came to me. So in somewhere around January 4th or 5th, I got all the data. I started doing due diligence on it, and asked them, how much money do you need? बोले हमको 6 करोड़ रुपया चाहिए. Okay. So I told them very clearly, आपको 6 करोड़ रुपया क्यों चाहिए? बोले ये चीज के लिए मेरे को 6 करोड़ रुपया चाहिए. I'm like, ये काम मैं 2.5 करोड़ रुपए में कर सकता हूँ. He's like, it's not possible. ये 2.5 करोड़ रुपए में तू कैसे करेगा? मतलब ये पॉसिबल ही नहीं है कि ये 2.5 करोड़ में हो जाएगी. मतलब मैं कर सकता हूँ 2.5 में. आपको 6 लगेंगे, लेकिन मेरे को मैं तो 2.5 में करूंगा इसको. बोले, is that possible? I'm like, I'm telling you it is possible because I'm doing it day in and day out. मैं बनिया हूँ, मैं कर लूंगा इसको. मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, इसमें आपको 2.5 करोड़ रुपए से ज्यादा नहीं चाहिए. तो बोले यार इसमें से ना, मैंने बोला इसमें से जो आप ये जो चीज मांग रहे हो, ये इसमें से ये चीज मैं आपको नहीं दूंगा. ये आपको खुद को करनी है. या तो बिजनेस जनरेट करेगा और देगा, मेरा पैसा इसमें नहीं जाएगा. Good money will not chase after bad money. My earlier experience with the real estate guy, plus whatever I have learned in last 2.5 years running my father's industry, 2 years, 1.5 years of my father's industry. Right? So he's like, okay, done deal. पैसा कहाँ से आएगा? बोले वो मैं ले आऊंगा. बोले तू कहाँ से लाएगा? बोले वो मेरा प्रॉब्लम है, आपका प्रॉब्लम है नहीं. उसके लिए क्या लेगा? मैंने उनको टर्म्स बता दी कि मैं ऐसा लूंगा. बोला आर यू श्योर ये अपन कर लेंगे? लाइक मैं ट्राई कर सकता हूँ, लेट मी ट्राई इफ आई कैन डू दिस. इज लाइक ओके, आई लीव इट अप टू यू. व्हेन विल यू कम बैक? आई लाइक गिव मी अबाउट 10 days, आई विल कम बैक टू यू. इमीडिएटली आई वेंट टू माय इन्वेस्टर. उन्हीं के ऑफिस में बैठा था, उनके पास गया. अंकल ये काम करोगे क्या? बोले यार देख छोटा काम है, कितने पैसे चाहिए तेरे को? लाइक चालू होगा 1 करोड़ से, मैक्सिमम 2.5 करोड़ तक जाएगा. मैं आपको ये फलाना रिटर्न दे दूंगा इसके ऊपर में. बोले तेरे को क्या मिलेगा इसके अंदर में? बोले मेरे को अप्रोक्सीमेटली आप ये मान लो कि अगर आप मेरे को 2.5 करोड़ रुपए दोगे तो मुझे इसके अंदर में एवरेज के अंदर में आप ये मान लो कि मेरे को 1 लाख से 1.25 लाख रुपए महीना मिल जाएगा. ये मेरे को मिल जाएगा. बोले मेरे रिटर्न के बाद मिलेगा ना तेरे को, कि मेरे को जो दे रहा है उसके बाद मिलेगा? बोले हाँ उतना मिलेगा. बोले ठीक है चल, कितने पैसे चाहिए तेरे को? बोले 2.5 करोड़ रुपए. मतलब 1 करोड़ अभी चाहिए, 1 CR अभी चाहिए, 1.5 करोड़ रुपए बाद में दे देना आप. जब मेरे को लगता जाएगा ना मैं मांगता जाऊंगा आपसे. बट डन, ये ले 1 करोड़ रुपए तेरे को दिया. We started there. To cut the long story short, that was the first factory that we started. I am still associated with that factory today. I remember the date clearly. 2017 February 14th we gave him the first check. 1 करोड़ रुपए का मैंने ट्रांसफर मारा उनको पहले दिन. बिजनेस सेटअप हो गया, महीने की मेरी फिक्स इनकम हो गई. कि भाई मैं जाऊं नहीं जाऊं, बिजनेस चल रहा है, मेरे को हर महीने 1.25 लाख रुपए आएगा, वो मैंने फिक्स कर दिया. अगेन अंडरस्टैंड माय मोटिव टू डूइंग दिस. वो बिजनेस करेगा, बिजनेस में से रिटर्न जनरेट होगा, मेरे इन्वेस्टर को चला जाएगा, मेरे को भी आएगा, हम दोनों को ही आ जाएगा. लेकिन मैं फैक्ट्री नहीं जाऊंगा. सिस्टम डेवलप होगा. 2017 Feb 14 we gave him that check. I'm still associated with that factory today also. The difference is we are sitting in 2020 July as of right now. It's been 3.5 years already.
Right.
That factory jumped from turnover because of that 1 crore that we gave them. They jumped from a turnover of 4.5 crores to 8 crores in first year, 2017-18. 2017-18. They went from 8 crores to 15 crores in 2018-19. They went from 15 crores to 19 crores this year, right pro COVID, in 2019 and 20, with hoping that this year, even post COVID also, where the factory was closed after for at least 3 months, we will still do about 17-18 crore rupees.
What does it manufacture, by the way?
AAC blocks. They manufacture AAC blocks.
Okay.
That is cement and fly ash blocks that you put into the buildings and in your homes.
Right.
They were losing 35 to 40 lakh rupees a month. In the first year, they were losing about, after paying my interest and my investor interest, we brought them to about 12 lakh rupee monthly loss. The moment they touched about 12 crore rupees, 15 crore rupees in turnover, they started generating 12 lakh rupee profit after paying our interest. 40 lakh रुपए नुकसान monthly से 12 lakh रुपए महीना मुनाफा. This is the transition that happened in 2 years. The money that they required was 6 crores. We only gave them, the highest that we touched was 2.5 crores, 2.6 crores to be precise. उतना ही हमने दिया हुआ है और वो churn हो रहा है. वो अभी भी चल रहा है. So I'm not looking for new businesses now. It is still happening. My money every month, like clockwork, my money always generates. Even if I'm sitting in my office talking to Amar. My investors are happy, they got money. So this was the start. This is how I started. That one company turned into 5. That one company turned into 5 manufacturing units and 3 real estate projects.
And all of them are generating profits.
To a certain extent, yes. They are not dying.
Right.
We have had our shares of ups and downs out of it. But luckily what has happened is that it has given me a lot of financial strength to absorb unforeseen, and our systems have improved over last, like from 2014, since I had given that money out to that builder, versus 2020 we are sitting in, my systems have drastically improved of money protecting that money.
Brilliant.
So that's a huge transition that has happened because of that. So I still teach, but I teach about 6 days a year, 7 days a year for my old clients who call me. Other than that, this has become the life process. And 2 mantras that I gave you. One, obviously, that I had to switch myself from a service provider to a business owner, which I'm trying to become now. And I'm going from business owner to an investor level now. A transitioning is happening as of today that we are talking about. I do, and the second mantra that it said that whatever decision that you take today will happen in a year. The transition that I'm trying right now, I'm hoping to have that impact in next 2 years or 3 years, where I will automatically become, right now I have to say myself as a business owner. I am still not an investor to a certain extent, but because some of the businesses are dependent on me, my inputs every day, right? I still have to reach a point where I become a full-fledged investor, where I don't have to look at things and the money still flows in. That is the transition from a service provider to investor till now.
Exactly. I'm almost reached there. I mean, you've reached the 3rd or the 4th quadrant of Kiyosaki.
I'm almost there. I'm working towards it. I can guarantee you within 2 years I'll be there.
Great. Awesome. Thanks, Pranav. I think that is quite a long, interesting story. So great. Thanks for that. So I think that is good. That'll be quite useful. I'll post these discussions on YouTube and share things with you.
Any questions I can answer for you?
So last question, just one question. So besides the story and the lessons you mentioned, what should anybody who's considering starting a business, what are the lessons over the last 20 years that you learned? What should they keep in mind? How should they go about it? That's
See, depends on the motive. I tell this to a lot of people that depends on what the motive is. Why you're doing a business. That's what matters the most. If you talk about, I'll give you an example of my wife, for example, right? She loves kids, small kids, and she teaches small kids. That's what she knows. That's what she loves.
Yeah.
She gets frustrated by that. I only have 20 kids that I can teach. I'm not getting 100 kids that I would like to teach. So I asked her one thing: is money a motivator? If money is a motivator in business, then you have to start looking at things very differently. If money is not a motivator in business, then you look at things very, very differently. So my question always comes to answer your question. I ask her, बच्चों को पढ़ाना अच्छा लगता है कि पैसे कमाने हैं? You decide. आप बोलो कि नहीं, बच्चों को पढ़ा के पैसे कमाने हैं, तो वो बहुत डिफिकल्ट काम है. In our country, education is considered as a non-profit thing.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to be very clear in your head. Now, having said that, when somebody is looking at entrepreneurship, they need to be very clear in terms of what is that they want to achieve. I'm very clear in my head. Through entrepreneurship, what do I need to achieve? One, I want freedom. मैं नौकरी इसलिए नहीं कर सकता क्योंकि I have a brain of my own. I can't listen to a lot of people. Number two, I want the freedom to do whatever I want at any point of time I want. मेरे को नहीं जाना है ऑफिस तो मैं नहीं जाऊंगा.
Sure.
मैं अगर घर पे बैठ के मैं किताब पढ़ रहा हूँ या लिख रहा हूँ तो मैं वही करूंगा. So my motivator was very clear. And being that, I want to be financial independent. That was always the motivator for me. So if financial independence is a motivator, then I'll give you a simple mantra. It's a very easy mantra which anybody could apply. You can never become financially independent till you don't use these two things. Other people's money and other people's time. If you only use your money and your time, you will never become financially independent unless you start with a lot of money. आपका पैसा भी लिमिटेड है, आपका टाइम भी लिमिटेड है. अगर वही खर्च करके आप पैसा कमाओगे तो कभी भी wealth नहीं generate हो सकती.
Correct.
That's a simple mantra that if wealth is a motivator. Entrepreneurship, why somebody is doing it? That is the question that would always come in. So follow your passion, make it a business, but try and make it a business. If you're a painter, then you still are a service provider.
Right.
But if you're selling paintings for 10 different artists,
right,
then you are a business owner.
Right.
If you're a comedian, you're a service provider. But if you are running a comedy club where there are 15 comedians who are actually performing every month or every week or whatever the way, then you become a business owner.
Right.
Then the wealth gets generated because you're using somebody else's time.
Right.
That's the key in this. So learn as an entrepreneur, learn to use other people's time and money. That's the
excellent. Key. I think that's a good way to end it. I mean, I've of course been reading about other people's money, but the thought to use other people's time, that's what every entrepreneur does.
Everybody entrepreneur has to do it.
Yes. Thanks, Pranav. That was a long one. Thanks for your time also. We spent about 2 hours on this call.
I always enjoy this. If you have questions, feel free to ask me.
Of course, I'll do it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Amar. Thank you.
Bye.